Hey everybody, this is Bolthra, and I want to thank all of our subscribers who are enjoying the games that we've been running these past few years. Restless Barbarian Gaming began officially on May 1st, 2021. It began as really just a small attempt at running a vampire game with three of my friends. Luckily, those players are still with me. We've kind of moved on to bigger and better things as we've gone. I've had the pleasure of having just dozens of different players join the channel, run games with us, and it's been a great ride. So I wanted to give something special to our subscribers who have been with us. So this particular game you're going to watch is just for subscribers. So again, thank you for following the channel, for your support, and we hope you enjoy this game. And welcome everybody to Silver and Steel. This is a Werewolf the Wild West one shot. It's a edition of the game I never got a chance to play, and we asked our subscribers if we were going to run a one shot, what kind of game would you like to see? And the majority of the voters wanted to see Werewolf the Wild West. So here we are. I have three players here tonight. I'm going to have them introduce themselves and tell us who they're playing, and then we're going to go ahead and start the story. So let's go with the bottom square. Let's go with Ninad first.
I'm Nad, and tonight I shall be playing John Happy Whimper's Wolf, who is Philodox lupus of the Wendigo tribe, who was a lost cub and he's been a werewolf for a couple years now.
Yeah, I'm curious to find out where Happy Whimpers came from.
The reason for that is that dogs whimper when they're happy or when they're sad.
Okay.
So Happy Whimper is kind of a translation of a wolf term, which would mean like the kind of sound you make when you're happy, but humans call both those sounds whimpers.
Okay, that works. I was waiting to get the official answer on that. So, and let's
actually
go with
Googled wolf sounds just to see what they sound like when you're happy. They actually whimper.
All right, and let's go with Jeffrey.
Hey everybody, excited to be here. I'm going to be playing Jebediah Redmond, nickname Coiling Viper. I'm Ragabash, I think I'm saying that right, Ragabash Shadow Lord Hamid. Yeah.
All righty. And some guy we just found, he said he wanted to play werewolf, so he snuck in the channel. So I think his name's Aloysius.
Yeah, I just stumbled upon this place. I don't know how I got here, but I'm part of it now. Hello, I'm Aloysius. I am playing Ludwig Alvarez, a Stargazer Galliard.
Okay. Our story.
He does not have a fancy nickname.
He does not. Well, maybe by the end of the night he will have a fancy nickname. I kind of liken this to, if you ever remember the, I think it was more the first edition Tribe books. They always had a comic in the beginning, and I think they called them, and they had a story that went with it. It was called like Legends of the Garou. So when I was coming up with an idea for this, I was kind of picturing what would kind of a short story about Giru set in the Wild West, kind of what might it look like. So the name of the story is Silver and Steel. We begin in 1865 in northwest Nevada, just a few months after it became a state. A Geru pack has been sent to investigate a small town where a silver mine is dumping waste into the nearby stream and poisoning the locals. We've come in from a distance to a dusty little town called High Hopes, where a stagecoach has just pulled in with 3 passengers. The stagecoach pulls up in front of a barber shop, which also seems to double as the stagecoach station. Stepping from the stagecoach are 3 different figures, and I'm going to have the players describe their characters and tell us what they look like. So we'll start with Aloysius.
Ludwig has sort of like he's a man in his about mid-30s. He has sort of like light tan skin, very just disheveled looking. Overall, his clothes have a lot of wear and tear from just like roaming around and buffeting desert winds. And he has a sort of like very tattered striped poncho that he wears at all times.
Does he have a toothpick?
Only half the time.
Alrighty. All right. And next steps out Jeffrey's character.
Well, Jebediah steps on down from the stagecoach and surveys the environment with a cool, steely glint. Just takes a finger and a thumb and gently curls the tip of a fancy handlebar mustache, the only facial hair he's got in the center of his face, and he's got a hat drawn low over the tops of his eyes, so kind of has to look up to look around, and wearing a nice fitted tailored suit along with a dust coat over the top of it, and shoes that, while well shined, do show the signs of well worn and well traveledness.
Okay. And last but not least, steps out one more character. That would be Nanad. Who are you playing?
Okay, John steps out after them. He's a tall Native American man with long black hair worn in a braid at the back of his neck. He's kind of looking around curiously. His clothes are kind of worn. They look comfortable, but not very matched. More kind of traveling clothes are uncomfortable. He's wearing moccasins and
Okay.
kind of looking around curiously.
Looks like 3 badasses have arrived. The stagecoach driver hops down. He's gonna. Did you guys have any bags that you brought?
Oh, yes, just the one I have in the back there. You can go ahead and fetch that for me, thank you.
He's like, sure thing, sir. Climbs up. You guys were the only passengers in the
Yes.
in the stagecoach.
Ludwig will sort of like walk around and pull out his sort of like knapsack with what appears to have a sort of like old guitar sort of strapped to it, and he's just gonna pull that out and says, "I hear myself, thank you," and puts it on.
He's a spry little fellow. He's pulling stuff down. And
John asks, "Do you need some help with that?"
Me, sir?
Yep.
He said, "No, I not too much up here, but thank you, sir." He seems honestly shocked that someone would be willing to help him. And he's like, no, thank you, sir. looking around, you are on Main Street of High Hopes. There is the barber shop on the one side that you're at. Across the street is a saloon, and it looks like some sort of hotel attached to it. Next to the barber shop, there's a telegraph, and looks like a general store. This place is maybe about not even one modern city block long. But you do notice when you get out, there are some folks sitting around on chairs outside maybe the saloon, some other places. It's kind of a dry, dusty day, and they're just all kind of watching you with interest. All different ages, young, old. From what you've heard, the population of this town might be about 50 or 60, but it does have a transient population in that there are people who come to work for the mine. The regular workers, well, when you step out, you can look up the street and you can see there is a church and a school on either side, but further up the hill leads to the mine itself, and there is a field of white tents in front of the mine. That would be the housing for the workers. Management, that type of thing, probably live somewhere outside of town, or the well-heeled may stay in the hotel. At most times, the workers probably outnumber the townsfolk, and the mine really brings in almost all the money for this town. So you've heard that it can be kind of a rough and tumble place. They tend to let the miners kind of come in and spend their money, and they don't seem to be policed too well. Looking around, you don't see anything that looks like a sheriff's station or anything, so you're not quite sure kind of what, if any, kind of local law enforcement there might be. But you were told that the mining company pretty much runs the place, so you can figure out they probably got their own company men who patrol. But you've kind of seen the lay of the land. Again, there's not much here, and people have noticed that 3 strangers have arrived in town. So I turn it over to the players.
What a droll-looking place this is.
Well, certainly is that. I was going to say lawless, but droll seems more immediately appropriate.
Please is quiet. Kind of wave to people staring at us.
Yeah, how many people are staring at us? You're muted.
Sorry about that. About 5 or 6.
Okay.
Well, I must say,
One's an old fellow with a beard longer than mine. Look at you, spits.
Old timer.
I just wait and walk on.
There's a heart nod.
So there's just the church and the schoolhouse and the station/barbershop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's what we see.
What else do you need?
A saloon would have been rather nice.
Well, there is a saloon. It's actually right across from you guys.
Well, I don't know.
Would it be a small town in the middle of nowhere without a saloon?
Should we maybe get them to
You got the
drink?
church for Sundays, and you got the saloon for Saturdays. So
I am rather.
Some to drink and see what people are talking about.
I agree. That's a good
comes
course
running
for that.
out.
That sounds like a stellar plan.
You don't even know where this little kid came from. He comes running out, and he's got, well, one eye is a little bit lower than the other. His face is kind of not symmetrical. Kind of runs out, kind of a dopey looking cap on. Some dried up dungarees, comes running out. He's like, "Misters, shine your boots for you."
Maybe later.
Just a nickel. And he's kind of looking at you, hopeful.
Fine.
No.
Very well, but be quick about it.
Joe looks down at his moccasins and kind of thinks about it.
He's like, sure thing, come on over. He said, we can't stay on the street. You might get run over by a horse like Benji did.
Who's Benji?
Ah, that was my little brother.
I'm sorry to hear that. Was he okay?
How old are you?
I'm 6. But I
How
can
old is
shine-
Benji?
Benji was 4 when he passed.
Sorry, kid.
Yeah, it's okay. He's up in heaven now.
Why
So-
is a 6-year-old shining shoes?
Well, sir, I need money. My ma takes in a wash, and well, that don't bring in enough money for us. Ever since my pa left, so come on, let's get out of the road. And he'll kind of lead you over to the walkway that's kind of right in front of the saloon, where some folks are glaring at you. But as soon as you get up on the walkway, the kid pulls out a rag and spits on your shoe and just starts giving you just the hardest shoe shine you think you've ever seen. You practically feel him kind of going through your shoe. He's rubbing that hard, but damn, you could probably these shoes would probably look like mirrors when he's done though.
To declare, you've got quite a talent for that.
Thanks, sir. Lots of people say I'm going to be the best shoe shiner in all of town.
Yeah, keep it up like this, and I can see it.
He's like, that'd be a nickel, please.
Tell you what, how would you like to earn 2 nickels?
Sure.
Well, all I would ask for is, could you point us to the big person in this town that runs everything? Who's in charge around these parts?
Why, that would be Mr. Henderson, who, well, he runs the mine, but I don't know if you could go talk to him. He's a very busy person.
How would one normally get to talk to Mr. Henderson?
And one of the old guys who's sitting by there, he goes, "You looking for work there, City Slicker?"
And Jebediah is going to look in his direction, not answer him, turn his attention back to the kid, say, "You're a smart lad. Here you go. 2 nickels. Well,
Oh, thank you, sir. And he looks over at Ludwig like, do you need anything?
I think I'm all right for now, but I'll keep you in mind if I think of anything.
And he spins it, happy whimpers, and goes, "Oh, okay." Clever enough boy. And he pockets and he's like, thank you, and runs off down the sidewalk like he found a diamond. So
where's the okay, this is not something my character would know, so one of you two can suggest it, but how does the mine pollute it? Because normally mines have lots of water, so I'm assuming that's what the problem is.
what was that? Can you say that again? I'm sorry.
Normally mines have a lot of water.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Pollution because basically they need water to keep the thing clean.
Yep.
So where's the water from going to?
Yep.
So my character wouldn't know this, but I do have character.
No, that's fine. We're gonna say you guys are fairly local to Nevada, so you're familiar with the area. There is a stream that runs down from the mountains that comes through the town. Actually, goes right by the mine. So that would be their water supply, but it's also a water supply for another town a couple miles away. You basically got your tip about the mine after the folks in this other town had experienced some poisonings, some unfortunate birth defects, and it was something that a Geru elder had asked you guys to investigate, because on the Umbral side, this town had been plagued by some spirits, some worm spirits. So you basically got the advanced information about the stream that's coming down. So does that answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay. I had to turn the music down. I think it was a little too loud. So yeah. Okay.
So, let's maybe continue to saloon, or
Sounds like a plan.
The old guy goes, "Hey, city boy, you didn't answer my question."
Oh, well. Are you addressing us, good sir?
Yeah, I ain't talking just to hear myself talk.
A
He's
pity.
dressing. He's dressing like he might be a farmer of some sort. Shit on his boots. Just one of those. Every bar has one. The local guy who thinks he owns the place and doesn't like newcomers. So this is that bar's guy. So.
Well, we don't happen to be city slickers, and we are here on business. So, thank you for your kind inquiry, as it were.
He's just like, ah. All right.
And the same to you, good sir.
The saloon, there is some music you can hear coming from the inside. Maybe not as raucous as a lot of places that you've perhaps been to, but you do hear some piano playing and some sounds of some glasses clinking. It's midday, but a town like this, people seem to be drinking all the time. So big scent of tobacco comes out right out onto the sidewalk to greet you. But it seems to be kind of from the outside, appears to be just kind of your standard saloon.
Civilization. Wonderful.
Closest thing you'll get around here.
Well, let's see if they have anything that's liquid behind that counter.
Okay. All right. So you all three heading in?
Oh, yep.
Okay. Stepping in, there is a bar at the back. The place is probably about 3/4 full. There's about 5 or 6 tables, mostly men. There is 1 or 2 women kind of walking through, servers mostly. The men you would assume are possibly miners, but there's no uniforms for their job. So, but most of them are doing shots of whiskey, and there's a card game going at one table. There is a piano player, kind of a skinny kid, who's just looks bored as hell. With just playing the songs that he's been asked to play. And at the bar is a bartender, a woman with long jet black hair, kind of pulled up in a bun. She looks to be perhaps Native American. You're not sure, but she seems to be running the place and getting drinks, calling things out, and just holding the place down. So.
Well, while Ludwig's base instinct would be to casually flirt with one of the ladies, instead he is going to sort of like unfasten his guitar from his satchel, and he's going to make his way over to the kid playing the piano.
Okay. He's looks up and he's like, "Howdy."
You ever do duets?
There ain't ever been anyone else to play with, so sure. What do you like?
Well, what's your favorite thing to play?
He's like, not the crap that make me play here, but he's like, be honest with you, I like the classics myself, but that don't pay, because none of these people got any class.
Well, why don't we bring some class to this establishment?
Okay. And he's like, and he just kind of leans back and he's like, my name's Charles.
Ludwig.
Ludwig. Oh wow. I don't know. You new here?
I am.
He's like, well, when you're ready, I'll follow your lead.
All right. And I'm gonna start playing my guitar.
Okay. First roll of the night. Let's see. That would be. Ooh, he does have some dots in performance. I wonder why. Let's go with, I guess, charisma and performance, because you're trying to kind of set the mood and kind of
Okay.
introduce yourself here. So.
Can I, because we're playing some classics, can I get a bonus die from my cultured specialty?
Oh, sure. Why not?
Bless you.
Difficulty 6, because there's not anybody really trying to obstruct you from playing it. So.
Okay, let's see. 5 successes.
Oh, jeez. All right.
Okay.
You take that first strum, play a couple notes, and no one seems to notice it first until you really start into like the first first couple chords, and then Charles is like, oh, all right. He kind of nods and he kind of just chimes in, kind of a soft kind of rhythm, kind of playing rhythm, kind of letting you kind of take the lead. Place starts to quiet down, and then most of the people kind of look over. A couple of them just shrug, just kind of going back to what they're doing. But you're looking around, you notice the bartender has stopped though. She's kind of cleaned the glass, and she just kind of puts it down, and she then kind of gets an order from somebody, and she kind of loses track of what she's looking at, but
As she's like attentively like looking his way for like a brief second, he'll wink at her.
Okay. All right. Doesn't seem to. She kind of gets busy with a customer, and is busy with that. So, how about the other two?
I'm just going to go and order myself a whiskey and say hi to the bartender.
Okay. All right. She looks at me. She's like, "What do you have?"
Whiskey, which I only have.
Okay. She's like, it's like, well, we only really got two kinds here. Been late on the shipments. Don't tell these guys that though, because you don't look like a miner.
No, I'm not. I'm just here. We're here on business.
All right.
My friend is over there helping you to train your customers.
I see that. That's unexpected. she says. Pours you a shot, slides it over, says, that'll be a quarter.
Somehow, like, search my pockets. Find a quarter that's less than that.
Okay.
Somewhere. So
takes-
what's happened to the shipment?
Well, the owner don't want any of that brand coming in anymore. She kind of looks around, but kind of corrects herself. That businessman prefers to deal with only certain liquor companies, and most of the miners don't seem to freaking notice. But I don't know. It just makes them mean. I don't know, meaner than normal, meaner than Bronco who's got his balls cut and barbed wire.
That doesn't sound like fun. Can I have some of the brand you recommend then?
Yeah. She pours her shots on the house,
Thank you.
and it is
Cheers.
it is smoother. It is definitely a better alcohol than the cheap rot gut that she is kind of forced to sell.
Yeah. This looks like a very small town. First time we're here.
Well,
Okay, you've been here.
oh God, it's gonna be 6 years now.
Has mine just been here the whole time?
Yeah, that mine pretty much started the town about 25 years ago, and it's grown into everything you see here.
So is the owner ever come in here?
Oh hell no, he don't stick his head in here. He when he comes, he'll stay in the hotel, but he don't come that much. He's got other business interests all over the Southwest, so this ain't one of his priorities, it seems.
Is one of his interests the distillery then?
Well, yeah, you noticed that, didn't you? Yeah, he's got all sort of connections back east, that selling the stuff and selling what he wants in his town. Let's put it that way. He pretty much calls High Hopes his town,
No.
because without the mine there wouldn't be no town.
I guess that is true. So who is the supervisor when he's gone? Who runs things?
Well, the foreman is old Ben. He's kind of a mean old cuss. But yeah, old Ben is pretty much the one who runs the day to day, shall we say?
He stay at the hotel.
Nah, he's got a house outside town, but he's in all the time. With these assholes drinking their pay away, which I can't argue. That keeps me fed. So.
That's true. So is Old Ben here? Just gonna look around at
She's looking around. She's going, nah, he's not in today. He must be up at the mine.
Well, you see, that's really busy in here. You have lots of trouble with old miners.
Yeah. Well, like I said, they're a surly bunch. They come in, they cause trouble, but old Ben's boys usually keep them in line. Trouble don't last long. So that's the only good thing is I don't got to worry about too many bar fights because one of his boys will clean stuff up pretty quick.
Okay, so he just keeps his boys here all the time, watching things.
Yeah. She's like, "Excuse me, I gotta get some more drinks down here."
Kind of scanning the car. Can I see anybody kind of playing, basically keeping an eye on things, or everybody just drinking?
Give me a give me an intelligence and investigation roll, please.
Okay, episode. All of 3 dice. Yay.
Okay. Just difficulty 6.
And I botched.
Oh.
Once. No successes.
Oh.
Oof.
Okay. First botch.
I find one was spilling my drink on him.
Yeah. Your free shot you completely spilled on a guy, and he's like pushing off. He's like, he's a
Oh, sorry.
he's a big guy with a handlebar mustache and kind of slicked back black hair, and he's like, watch what you're doing, stupid, and make some kind of ignorant comment to you about your race. So
I'm sorry, I didn't do that.
he's like, and he just kind of shoves you a little bit and walks away from the bar. Ludwig, you would have seen this, and Jebediah, you would have seen this.
Kind of like for a moment, I'm Garou, so kind of for a moment, like kind of considered going for him. That this would just be a really bad idea. Right
Yeah, the guy he just looked like he had the urge to slug you, and thought better of it, and walked away. So what's Jebediah doing?
You said there was somebody playing cards, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, yeah.
Jebediah's gonna just zero in on that table and approach.
Okay, there's an empty chair.
Mind if I cut in?
They look up at you. They're like, "Who the fuck are you?"
Name's Jebediah. Pleasure to meet y'all.
We don't get your type in here very often.
And what is my type?
Not covered in dirt and mud.
Oh, gentlemen, I'm just looking for an honest, pleasant game and to make a few friends. I'm a friendly type.
If you got cash, we got a game.
And that indeed I do. And I'll
All right.
buy in.
Okay. All right. So let's see. Let me see your character sheet here. Yeah, they deal, and let's see. The intelligence and let me ask a question. He gets a shitty hand first hand.
Okay.
So I want to know: is he is he going to try to bluff? How is he? How's he play this first hand?
What's the name of the game? Is it poker?
Yeah, we'll say poker.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Pinochle. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, not Pinochle. I know enough to know I don't know how to play that game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I'll.
First hand is he's got a pair of threes.
Okay. So I'll play the first. I'll play through the first down and I'll put down some cards. I'll draw 3.
Okay. Doesn't help much. And somebody raises. They look to you.
Well, I must sheepishly admit I don't have too much going on this particular one, so
Okay.
I'll fold.
Okay. Next hand, you get a pair of queens and a pair of jacks.
I'll ask for 1 card.
Okay.
and
Couple
I'll
guys
bet.
raise.
I'll raise.
Okay. All right. And they call.
All right.
Nobody. There's 4 other players. I forgot to tell you how many other players there were. 3 of them just toss the cards in. They fold right away. 4th one is the one who asked you, who the fuck are you? He's like, I'll raise.
I'll see.
Okay. And he's like, okay. What you got?
2 pair. Queens over jacks.
All right. You get 3 7s.
It's a mighty good hand.
Okay. All right. We're going to do one more hand.
Mm-hmm.
Roll me. Oh, did you find dice?
I do. Yep, I have got
Okay.
dice.
Okay. Roll me just a d10.
Okay. That's 10.
Oh. All right. You have 7, 8, 9, and a 10.
Okay.
And they're all the same suit.
Okay. So as the card game goes around for a round, I'll ask for one card, and I'll single out the guy who called me out, kind of addressing the table, but sort of kind of pointing it in his direction.
Mhm.
So, what does one do when they're not playing cards in this town?
They're like drinking. Wish there was more whoring, but it's not. The boss don't allow that in town. So, drinking and working up the mine.
Ain't that the damnedest thing? And I hear tell there's a Mr. Henderson around. Would that happen to be this boss gentleman?
Yeah, that's the owner. Yeah, but he ain't in town.
Oh, he ain't in town.
Nah. And they all kind of chuckle like, he don't come to this godforsaken cow patty of a town.
All right, and who's in charge around these here parts then when he's not in town?
Old Ben. He's the foreman.
All right.
You looking for work? What you looking for?
Might be. Go here and there, and I keep my eyes out and make friends wherever I go.
Look, you got all your fingers. Don't look like nothing broken. You haven't done any mining?
I have the distinct pleasure to say no, I have not had to raise a shovel once in my life, but there might be a first time for everything.
They're like,
My trade was in the war.
They get quiet at that. Where'd you serve?
Arizona. Or would that have been around at this time? I don't know.
I think Arizona
Would have been later, right?
might have been a state
Yeah.
by then. I'm not. Nevada just became a state, so.
Okay.
But I don't know if that territory was in the war.
Yeah.
So give
this
me
is-
a.
This is a little bit of a player.
No,
Yeah,
that's
I was say try focusing more east.
Yeah, probably.
And that's fine. Before I was gonna say if you're serious on it, then you're gonna make a roll on it. But if it's oops, I named the wrong state, I'll let you redact it.
Yeah. So
And, go
would
back.
Mississippi be?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that
so-
would be perfectly
Okay.
fine.
Yeah. So, it's right by the Great Mississippi.
Kind of studying you. See a boy in gray then.
Well, I was at one point.
Would you switch sides?
Let's just say I was discharged in a rather sudden fashion. I raise.
Okay. All right. You kind of take it back. Okay. And you got the new card you got was a jack.
Okay. Same suit?
Yeah, you got same suit.
Okay, that's a flush. That's not bad.
All right. The last guy.
8, 7, 8, 9, 10, jack.
Mhm,
So I got a straight flush. Okay.
mhm. Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah, the guy raises and he's like, "Let's see what you got, Johnny Reb."
All right. I'll Gentlemen, straight flush.
And he had a pair of queens. He's just like, son of a bitch.
You win some, you lose some. It was a wonderful game.
Ludwig, your song has ended. You gonna go into another one?
I think it's sort of between songs. Yeah, I'm gonna chat up Charles. What's his name?
Yeah.
I'm gonna chat up Charles. So, Charles, anything eventful going on in town as of late?
Nah, just same old, same old. I mean, the latest batch of miners in here, they're all right. I mean, they don't tip, but so far they ain't caused too much trouble. I mean, drinking that horrible rot gut shit. But
So they're assholes of a minor degree.
yeah. He's like, I'm hoping I can. Oh,
Sorry,
go ahead. I'm
on,
sorry.
Charlie. Well,
No, I'm just waiting.
everything going on all right at the mine as far as you're aware of?
I don't stick my nose around there. They say I'm soft. They don't like boys like me up there. So I don't hear nothing.
All right, that's fair enough. Was just curious. You want to play another song?
He's like, I think one more. Maybe we can get one more in before these old sots realize I ain't playing Clementine and all that stuff for them.
All right,
So,
let's make it count then.
Give me another charisma and performance, please.
Difficulty 6, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Another 5 successes.
Wow. Okay. you start. There is now quiet now when you start, and a lot of the patrons are now paying attention, and Charles kind of follows in behind you. Do you notice the bartender is kind of nodding, and she does smile at you, Ludwig, between serving drinks. She does give you a smile.
And he'll smirk back.
Okay. Happy, or John Wolf.
I'm talking about John Wolf in human form. So yeah, I'm going to.
Don.
Question: Can you? I'm trying to figure out because I still have like a glass of the rot gut next to me.
Well, you spilled a lot of it on that customer, so.
Because I want to either use heightened senses or scent of the true form on it to see what I can find out. Not sure which one.
On the drink, I think scent of the true form is more on.
Yeah, I think it's more about people.
I think it's more on like a person than maybe a substance.
Okay.
Let me take a look though.
I can't remember what it actually says.
And let's see if the search will work on this. Of course it doesn't. Okay. All right. Fucking useless.
Google is.
Yeah. I from my understanding, it's more of sensing it on a person.
Oh no, it's specifically says on the person. So
Yeah. You could.
Because I'm trying to figure out if there's a bane in this.
Okay.
It sounds because because she just only makes people ornery and.
You could do perception. I would allow perception and occult.
Okay.
Or perception.
Okay.
Or perception and science, but I think occult is more because you're looking to see if there's like a bane or something.
Now, does having heightened senses help at all?
I'll allow it because you're trying to take like a deep smell from. But typical heightened senses is more like following your surroundings, and
Mhm.
but I'm gonna allow it this time.
So what senses do?
Heightened senses. Let's find out. But my understanding, from what I remember, is it's. I should just Google this at this point. It's,
No, basically just makes the senses sharp as those of a wolf.
okay.
Yeah, it's going to. That's one scene. So
Yeah.
there's two things I want to do with actually my heightened sense. One is basically I have the smell of a wolf, which should probably help a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I don't get any extra dice, so I just roll 2
No.
of them.
Nah.
And I fail. So
Okay.
it smells like bad whiskey.
It's bad whiskey. It's just cheap. Some would say that is probably evil itself to begin with, just as cheap whiskey. But you don't necessarily sense anything different about it.
And can I also now kind of try to eavesdrop on the conversation going around me in case there's anything?
Okay.
'Cause,
Heightened senses would help with that.
Yeah.
So really wits and probably wits and investigation then. So I'll give you an extra die on that.
Yay, finally, now this time I got 3 successes.
Okay. Listening around, you're mostly hearing guys griping about, the aching body parts, or, the sore, and they were working, they've just been working way more hours than they're getting good pay for. And you do hear one guy say, "Don't say that around old Ben, man. They'll put you on the next stage out of here. So, I mean, I need my job. Don't go pissing off the foreman." And they're kind of, but it's general work talk. But you do hear them mention, like, "Don't piss off old Ben." So
Okay, so nothing weird going on.
nah.
Okay, we've seen that weird thing in the mind that ate Bob.
Jebediah, the game is broken up after you won. They don't want to play with you anymore, so they're kind of like, I think we're gonna stop the game for a little bit. So
Jebediah just stays seated at the table, says, "Good day to you, gentlemen."
okay, give me a Jebediah. Give me a perception and alertness, please.
Perception. Okay, so that would be 5 dice, right?
Yep.
Green.
And it's going to be a difficulty 7, please.
Okay. All right, so you're gonna have to help me here. What counts as a success? Above a 5 or a 6 or above?
7 or above.
7
in this
or
case.
above.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've got 2 successes.
Okay. You notice one of the tables over. There was a guy, kind of like with a runny nose. Keeps like kind of wiping his nose, and he's mostly bald, probably about late 30s. And he's just been kind of watching you intently. He kind of like blows his nose every now and then, but he's just like watching you.
Mm-hmm.
Happy, can you give me a perception and alertness, please?
Oh, by the way, I'm just looking at to the true form. Apparently, if somebody's a werewolf, I will smell it.
Yes. Yeah.
So we'll say perception plus alertness.
Yeah. Yep. And this is going to be difficulty 7 as well.
2 successes. No, 1. Sorry.
1. You're in a bar, so okay. You don't necessarily notice anything out of the ordinary. I will say that Ludwig was probably kind of looking around the bar while he's playing. So if you want to give me a perception and alertness as well, but difficulty 7.
All right, let me look at that dice pool real quick. Okay, not bad. Not a bad dice pool. Difficulty 7.
Mhm.
2 successes.
Okay. You notice a guy with a runny nose is kind of staring at Jebediah, and he's not totally out of place here, but the way he's staring at Jebediah is unwholesome, we'll say. Jebediah, you kind of notice the guy. You're kind of getting you kind of like lock eyes with him for like a second, and he's just.
Am I getting like malicious vibes from this person, or just like he's like overly intrigued for whatever reason?
Right now, overly intrigued with Jebediah.
Okay.
Jebediah nods at him and says, I do hate to be a disappointment, but I don't happen to swing that way, good sir. If you wouldn't mind averting your gaze to more hospitable regions, I'd be most appreciated. And also, find something to stem that nose up.
He kind of wipes his nose and he kind of comes over and he's like, nobody talks to me like that.
I'm surprised anybody talks to you to begin with.
He puts his hand on your shoulder and just kind of gives you a shove. He's like, nobody talks to me like that.
Oh, I heard you the first time.
His breath smells like he ate an elephant's ass.
I can see that your appearance and your manners are only exceeded by your well-kemptness.
He's like, I don't know what that means, but you and me got business.
My dear good sir, is there a problem that you have with me that I have somehow irked you in this way?
I don't like the way you're dressed. You act like you're better than everyone. But I'm gonna straighten you out. You and me, come on. We'll go in the back.
Oh my, so forward. Very well. After you.
And he kind of shuffles like he's heading towards. There is kind of like a back door almost to the behind the bar, and he kind of starts walking towards that door. And you other two, you do notice this going on.
Okay.
Is there a lock on the back door?
There's what?
Is there a lock on the back door?
Not that you can see. You'd have to get a little bit closer. It's really just like an old door that looks like it leads to the back. Jebediah, you notice he kind of like when he walks, he kind of limps a little bit, like kind of drags one foot a little bit. So he's kind of dragging his right foot on the ground as he's kind of walking towards the door. He kind of looks back at you, kind of gives you this. Now he gives you this kind of this malicious grin. All
right. I'll just saunter on out, following him.
Okay. You guys see him.
Yeah.
He's made a friend, and
I'll follow Jebediah out. Good
Okay.
distance.
Bartender is going, hey, I don't want no trouble.
Don't worry, I don't think they'll be in trouble.
Okay. All right. See. All right. Ludwig.
I will wait a minute, sort of like wrap up the song, and look to Charles and say, "It's a pleasure playing with you, Charlie."
He's like, yeah, you too. Thank you.
And I will just put a dime on the piano.
He's like, all right, thank you.
You're welcome. I hope to see you around.
Yeah. He's playing along.
Oh, sort of just like sling my guitar over my shoulder and give him a pat on the shoulder, and give the waitress another knowing gaze as I reluctantly follow my acquaintances to the back of the establishment.
She now looks concerned. She's outside. When you step outside of the bar, it's kind of a shadowy area where the saloon has kind of cast the area behind you in shadows. There is a trough, like a horse trough there, and when you step out, he turns around to look at you, Jebediah, and he's like, and then John Wolf steps out, and then probably followed a couple seconds later by Ludwig, and the guy goes, "Oh, you couldn't handle me by yourself. You had to bring some friends, did you? Well, I'll teach you all a lesson."
Sir, if we could try to solve this in a civilized manner.
Dude, there's 3 of us, there's 1 of you, so the convention's getting out of the way. Maybe just go and sleep it off. Kind of step forward now, kind of just.
Okay, he takes a step at Happy. Excuse me, John. I see Happy whimpers on the screen.
Yeah, just say Happy, it's fine.
I keep reading that. He takes a kind of a step towards you, and then his mouth opens up very wide, and he goes, oh, and he vomits this stream of worms all over you, all over your shirt, and the worms start swarming, and they start itching, and it's coming into your chest.
Yeah, I mean, I do try to move out of the way when I see him try to vomit on me.
Yeah, it was the equivalent of a sucker punch. He's kind of all these worms all over you.
Shit. Okay. Can I?
Well, that is one of the most disgusting things I have ever seen.
And he kind of wet, and he has you see what's coming out of his nose is this like reddish yellow slime is like coming out of his nose. He's like, ha 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 ha. And they looked at Jebediah, and he's like, "You want some too, boy?"
I punch him.
Oh, you punch him? Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So give me Dex plus Brawl, please.
There's Dex, that is strength. Good, actually, more Dex. It's difficult to success you?
Yeah, it's not hard to hit him. Okay. Yeah, you kind of just hit him on the side of the head, and he's like, "Ow!"
Probably best not to take your eyes off the gentleman you just vomited on.
And he's when he's looking at Jebediah, he starts going, oh.
I punch him again because now Wilson is out of play. So basically, so the punching is out of face, so if he wants to go that way.
I'm apparently just vomiting on people is this guy's go-to move.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
This time we're all 4. Oh, 1 more die, sorry. 5 successes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you hit him square in the side of the head, and kind of knock him over. And he kind of just about falls into the horse trough. And he kind of lands down. He's like, he's just kind of like mumbling to himself. The worms that are on your chest.
And wouldn't the horse trough fill up?
Well, he didn't fall in it. He just kind of like hit, he kind of braced himself on it. The worms on your chest, it's starting to burn.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I try pulling them off.
Okay, and as you try brushing them off, your fingertips start burning and itching. You notice that these worms have little tiny teeth on them, and they were kind of like starting to like bite into you.
I think that's enough.
Okay. Ludwig.
Ludwig's gonna sort of just like look at this whole situation and be like, well, wish it could have been avoided, and he's gonna sort of just like walk over to the guy
Mhm.
as he's sort of like bracing himself, and I'm assuming attempting to like stand up, and he's
Yeah,
just gonna
yeah,
like
yeah.
and he's just gonna like kick him in the stomach.
Okay. Strength and brawl, please.
Okay, not the
You
strongest
get
dice
bonus
pool.
because the guy's on the ground already.
Say not the strongest dice pool, but we work with what we have. What's the difficulty?
6.
Okay. 2 successes.
2 successes. Okay. Ah! And he kind of spits at your foot, and there is a glob of this wormish vomit gets on your shoe.
Sir, this is quite frankly vile. And I'm gonna like start like tapping my shoe on the ground to sort of like try and shake the worms off.
Okay. Yeah, they're kind of twitching and crawling around. Jebediah.
Could I use a gift of mine?
Sure.
Fatal Flaw.
Sure.
Yeah. I pick apart an enemy's weakness and I gain a distinct edge in a fight.
Okay.
So basically, it's my perception and empathy versus target's wit and subterfuge.
Okay. All right. Let me see. And my dice roller is up. I'm trying to use Foundry, and of course it punked out on me because I hadn't used it in 20 minutes. Yeah, go ahead and roll. And I'm going to roll for him in a second.
All right. That's 3 successes.
Okay. I am going to just use another dice roller in the meantime.
And does a 10 count as anything special or just?
Only if you have a specialty in one of your abilities or your attributes.
I see. Okay.
Yep. Fuck it. Yeah, I'm not. He's scumbag. So yeah, you notice that his head, his hat got knocked off, and his head looks a little squishy almost, like there's almost an indentation in his skull from where John Wolf punched him.
Okay. Interesting. So if his head is like that, I think would that count as my turn?
Yeah, that's
fair.
you're kind of like just sizing him up.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I'll, if I can, just shout out real quick to my compatriots. I have time to like give a heads up. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. That you can speak.
I'm sure this is to nobody's surprise, but there isn't much going on upstairs.
He's been trying to stand up. When he does turn around, you see his eyes now. His pupils are like bright yellow, like something feral, and his fingernails he now has like sharp fingernails, and he's like, oh, like he's trying to conjure up a little more juice. So John Wolf.
So is he getting up?
Yeah, he's trying to stand up.
Well, I'm going to try and knee him in the crotch.
Okay.
Take him up.
Just cause.
Okay. Strength and brawl.
1 success.
Okay. You hit him in the nuts. He groans, but doesn't seem to. Some characters might have enjoyed that, but he just went like, oh. Ludwig.
I'm gonna punch him in the back of the head.
Okay. All right. Okay. Strength and brawl.
2 successes.
Okay. Yeah, when you hit him, it feels like if you ever punched like a beanbag or something like that, it just kind of gives. He's like, his neck kind of cracks a little bit when you hit him, but it like your fist kind of gave in a little bit, and he's kind of like, oh.
Why do Fomori have to be so
Yeah.
gross?
Okay. Jebediah.
This has been delightful so far, but I think I'll go ahead and Jebediah is packing a Remington.
Okay.
And
No blasters. No blasters. Oh, sorry.
quick as a wink. I think he'll what's that expression? Flash that steel, or he'll skin that bag.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Skin that iron, I think it is. I don't know.
Okay.
And
Some
I'll,
cool sounding thing.
yeah, and then I'll I don't know what's gonna happen, but everybody else is standing kind of over him, right? You guys are pretty close.
Yeah, but
within
you'd be able to shoot at him if you want. This is going to be dex and firearms, and you have a specialty in both. So if you get a 10 on either one, you'll get to re-roll those.
Okay.
So right now looks like you're rolling 9 dice.
Okay. Yep. And
We see
then,
where he spent all his points.
yeah.
At shooting people real good.
Yeah. Could I also do this as a trick shot and aim for the head for a +3 difficulty?
Sure.
All right. Let's see. 1, 2. Not as great as you'd hope. That's 3 successes.
Okay, that's actually not awful.
And wait, 1. So that's 2 successes.
2 successes. Okay.
Still not awful for how high that difficulty would be.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you shoot him. Roll your damage. So I think it's let's see, it should be on your character sheet.
I think it's a D6.
Dex. Oh no, hold on. It just says damage is 5.
Damage 5.
Yeah, so you don't necessarily need to roll the damage then. Okay, so his head at that range, his head explodes like an old pumpkin that splatters red and yellow goo everywhere, including worms. So when you shoot it, it's just like all these like worms come shooting out of his head and splatter everywhere. But with that cool a shot, you just kind of matrix like out of the way of the guts.
Mm-hmm.
And he falls to the ground in a heap of twitching worms that are all crawling in and out.
Ludwig is gonna take a step away and sort of like take off his shoe that got the worms on it and sort of just like smack it against the ground to get the last of the worms off.
At that sound, the bartender comes out. And
Very understandable.
And she comes out, she's like, oh my God. Oh, and she kind of takes a step over and sees the mess that's there. And she starts going, what?
Ma'am, you might want to look away.
He attacked us and Jebediah took him down. So
she's like, oh my God. Oh, when old Ben hears about this, you boys better run. You better run. You killed one of his boys.
Well, one of his boys tried to start it and also puked up seemingly flesh-eating worms onto my acquaintance over here. And so I don't know if old Ben knows about all that. And if he does, that's a bit more to be concerned about.
She almost seems to the point of going like catatonic when she's seeing all this, and you're talking about worms, flesh-eating worms. Like she's
Ma'am, maybe we should go sit down. And
Yeah,
I'm
why don't
and
we
I'm gonna
just-
yeah,
and I'm
not
gonna sort of just like walk with her
Okay.
back inside.
okay, okay, not like what you think of as delirium, but the shock of this is
Yes, it's
you
a
know,
lot. It's
yeah,
a lot
yeah,
to take
okay.
in.
Okay. Yeah, you take her back in. Some of the miners have stood up and they're kind of watching the door as you come in, and some of them are kind of giving you kind of a dirty look, Ludwig.
With that, you help me get rid of this. Like kind of putting the
Yeah,
horse down.
we'll switch to back outside.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
Okay, putting the horse down and trying to actually carry him off somewhere out of the way.
Okay. That's gonna be if the two of you are carrying him, it's not gonna be hard. But if just one of you is trying to carry him, I'm gonna need a probably a strength and athletics roll.
I'll help, but there's definitely like a sigh followed by. And I,
Who's taking the shoulders?
That's why we carry the horse trough.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're gonna just put him. Oh, the poor horses.
Then take him away. That way we don't actually have to. It's a lot easier to carry.
and I just had these shoes shined.
I'm sure you can do it again. You have another nickel?
All right, so you're putting the body in the horse trough.
Yeah, then carry off the horse trough over.
Oh, then you're gonna carry the trough. Okay, then yeah, definitely. Then I need both of you to give me a strength and athletics roll. Difficulty
Also slightly less
6.
conspicuous carrying a horse trough than body through the streets.
But yeah, the two of you, it's because it's gonna be much heavier now with a dead body in it and water in the trough. So
Well, mostly the fallout when you put it in. Yeah.
not enough.
Yeah.
So strength plus athletics.
Yeah, and I'd like at least a total of 4 successes between the two of you.
Well, I got
I'll
2
go
out of the
3.
2 possible.
Okay.
I got 3 out of the
All right.
4 possible.
All right.
So, yeah.
So you guys kind of struggle a little bit with it, but now where you are is kind of behind the saloon. There's not really an alley. I mean, there's literally nothing behind the saloon. It kind of just goes up. It's kind of a dirt covered rise that kind of goes up towards a hill. There's some brush, some kind of old plants, but there's not a lot of cover back here. So
So we could maybe just hide him in the brush for now.
okay,
Very well.
okay, drop it in there then. Okay,
The sooner the better.
okay. Back in the bar, Ludwig as you're coming in, and you can take her back behind the bar. You can take her back by the piano player. Otherwise, there's a lot of dirty looks at you right now.
I will. I guess I'll sort of like, as I'm like walking her in, I'll sort of just play it off and just say, "What, y'all never seen a traumatized lady before? How about show some respect?" And I'm gonna sort of just like keep walking with her towards the bar.
Are you attempting to calm them down or intimidate them?
I guess calm them down.
Okay. Could you give me a manipulation and performance roll, please?
Okay. Manipulation plus performance.
You are a Galliard, so.
I am a Galliard. Okay. Difficulty 6.
Yeah.
Okay. 3 successes.
All right. That's the number I was looking for. All right. Nobody says anything to you, but they're staring hard at you. If you'd gotten less than 3, something might have happened. But
Okay.
so, okay.
It.
Okay.
Um, and so I'll sort of just like walk with her back to the bar,
Okay.
and sort of just like sit her down and take a seat next to her.
Okay. She's like, I don't know what I just saw out there, but that weren't nothing under God and God's green earth. That one, I don't know what that was.
It's extremely ungodlike, I agree.
What I don't know what am I gonna do when old Ben, one of his boys, come in and asking what happened to old Dexter there.
Well, I suppose we got a few options in front of us. We can try and dissuade him, come up with some sort of story. We can try and probe him for information, act like we were concerned, or, and I don't really advise this because most folk don't take kindly to it, we could be a bit more confrontational with him and sort of demand to know what exactly in God's name was going on. I don't advise that last one.
She's just doesn't seem to know what decision to make. She's shaken.
I propose we fabricate some sort of story of he skipped town for some reason or another. Obviously did not know the man. You seeming to run this saloon and all, or at the very least playing a very large part in it. You seem to know the goings on of folk around here, so you might be able to come up with a better story than I.
But she looks around. She goes, like, everybody in here saw him walk outside with that man, and then they heard the gunshot. They know he don't skip town. They're gonna put two and two together. And
I can be very persuasive.
Well played. Okay, so she's like, okay. She just kind of shuts up. So, okay, back outside. You've found a place to put the water trough. Okay.
Well, John,
Well,
I
that
think
didn't go as planned, but I think we've officially determined there's something going on at the mine in this town.
I think it is safe to say that there is indeed something going on around here.
Can you both give me perception and alertness rolls, please? Difficulty 6.
Guesses.
How many was it? I'm sorry.
2.
2? Okay.
2.
Okay. You notice as you're talking, there was a figure standing at the very edge of the saloon. So basically, the back wall of the saloon, the corner. There was somebody looking at you, and when you see them, they turn around and run away.
I'm sure that's going to turn into an unpleasant development a little bit later.
I think go and rob the mine.
Yeah, which direction did this?
They look like they were heading back towards Main Street. So, but Main Street basically leads up to the mine. So,
How the day is it?
it's about midday now. So,
We'll try and catch him.
You want to try to catch him?
Well, it's kind of bright day, and I think we can do it at the moment.
Not too much I can do with my abilities in order to go about unseen. I prefer to work under darker environments.
Go a little bit unseen. It's not hard to do.
Well, perhaps we should rejoin our compatriots within the premises.
Charlie's back to playing piano.
All right, I'm gonna let him live his best life and not drag him into this mess.
Yeah. He made a dime. I mean, hey. Okay. Your compatriots come walking in the back door.
All right, I'm going to sort of just like gently put my hand on the bartender's shoulder and say, "I'll come back in a little bit and see how you're doing, ma'am." And I stand up and sort of like go and meet them and say, getting a lot of dirty looks in this establishment. We might want to take this elsewhere.
And the two of you do notice now there is just some evil glares.
Yeah.
I never could tolerate a person that had no spine.
Okay.
Literally. So
Yeah.
I think we should talk to Old Ben.
Okay. All
That's
right.
a name
So
I've heard bandied about as well.
He might be in on this. And, yeah. I think we can officially determine there's something going on in this town.
Oh, and Ludwig. Expect some complications later. There seems to be an accomplice of some kind who made us out and made a run for what seemed to be the mine. So,
Oh, I do love a good complication. Always makes life so much more interesting.
indeed.
okay. So you guys leaving the bar, or what's?
That would be advisable, I think.
That's what
I
I
think so.
assumed, but just want to make sure. Okay. All right. You're outside, back on the sidewalk. Your friend from before he's looking up at Jebediah and he's like, "You heading out now?"
Oh, for a time.
I wouldn't stay too late. Things might get dicey for you after dark.
What happens after dark?
Oh, you're gonna want to be in your beddy by then, my friend, because there's some nasty folks walking these streets at night. And they kind of.
And is that advice or a threat?
Take it as you will, my friend.
I
You-
tend to.
You're the smart one.
You might want to see a doctor about that, Black Lung.
And he spits out a big glob of this like yellowish goo onto the sidewalk.
Does the yellowish goo look anything like the yellowish goo from our friend in the back alley?
I would like a
Yellowish goo
intelligence and occult roll, please.
I'm not even going to attempt that.
Ooh, that's a botch.
You, when you look at it, it sends a chill down your spine that you were absolutely scared that maybe it is that same horrible goo that came out of that man. And you feel the urge to get away from him as quickly as possible. You don't necessarily run, but you begin moving down the sidewalk to get away from him.
It's a swift stride.
And he just starts laughing. He's like, "See you later, city slicker."
Good
You
day,
guys have
Black
not-
Lung.
Yep.
And I start walking away.
Yeah. Jebediah starts walking down the sidewalk towards the mine, that direction.
We should go towards the mine. So do you think we should try and talk to Foreman, or maybe just blow up the mine and call it today?
Well, that is two very tempting options you've laid out before us, John. Unfortunately, I found that I didn't pack my dynamite today.
But they have diamond at the mine.
That's very likely.
It is a silver mine. So
Yeah, they use dynamite for
Yep.
access to main veins. So they'll have it in shack probably somewhere. Might be guards, but
Well, do either of you have any apprehensions about the fact that we're heading towards a silver mine? Might make things a little bit interesting for us in particular.
Yes, I don't exactly love the idea of getting hit by silver shrapnel from blowing up the mine.
Would silver ore actually affect werewolves? That's the question.
If you're touched by it, yeah.
Mind.
There's only one way to find out.
Now, I love a good explosion as much as the next fellow, but I think we need to be a bit more cautious in this particular instance.
I do think we should be far away when the explosion goes off. Either way, I mean, I think even if it's not silver, it probably wouldn't be very healthy.
True.
Mm-hmm. Well, at any rate, I think getting a lay of the land would probably be the best. I mean, not too keen on most of these mana folk, but if we were sent here to investigate, we may as well find out what we can. There does seem to be the influence of the worm around.
Maybe let's just go see old Ben. He's probably looking for us.
Okay.
An encounter with him does certainly seem inevitable, so we might as well just get it out of the way.
Okay, but I think we should take a roundabout route because that gentleman we saw went towards the mine, so they're probably going to be sending people back.
And there's really only one way to the mine. There's no way to like go around it or anything like that. I mean, it is literally in the hill. So
Can we just go up the hill by the side of the road? Because it said it's...
you can. I mean, there is really no way to approach it without being seen, though. Unless you go on the Umbra or something, but that's up to you. So
if you both think it's a good idea, I might have a way for me to scout ahead by myself, unseen, get a lay of the land.
All right. I think, yeah, I'm certainly not opposed to that idea, even remotely. However, I think we should do this first, and I am going to sort of just like, I don't think I have to do this, but I'm gonna, because why not? I'm gonna like hold out my hands towards both John and Jebediah, and I am going to try and activate Mind Speak
I was wondering when that was going to come up.
to mentally link all of us so we can communicate with each other.
That is one of the best gifts there is.
Wow.
Yeah, and I believe that is manipulation plus expression to roll that.
Yep.
Okay, 4 successes.
Okay. So you are able to essentially have a connection to each other. My understanding is there is no distance on it. You're not going to be going far anyway. So
yes,
but you would be able to speak. So.
Yes, and since in this particular instance we're all willing participants in it, it lasts as long as we want it to.
Yeah, exactly. That was the other part. Yes, is as long as you're willing. It's yeah. So, yeah, because I don't think you can do it to someone who's unwilling. So.
I mean,
I refuse.
You can, but but I would basically have to keep rolling for it.
Yes.
And then like as soon as I failed, then it's cut off.
Yeah, I decline. So okay. yeah. Okay. All right. So so Jebediah was thinking about trying something.
Jebediah's gonna, after the connection is established, will smirk and give a little tip of the hat, and then we'll walk under the new moon.
Okay. Now, that one I'm not familiar with, so I'm gonna have to look that one up.
It's basically like stalking ability. The Garu seems to disappear from sight, becoming a little more than a shadow. So the gift allows him to pass virtually unseen. But if I'm spotted, it's negated unless the viewer is again distracted.
Okay. Yeah, you'd probably have to find a place to basically disappear from sight. You can kind of go behind the buildings. You would have to pass the church and the school to get towards the mine. So where does he potentially want to do this? Because just trying to drop away from sight with people out on the street isn't necessarily going to work. So
Right. So it's gonna be just like whatever the building is. I'll make like I'm about to go into the church. That seems appropriate.
okay. All right, and is there a role for that?
Yeah, I roll manipulation and stealth. It's
Okay.
a difficulty 8, and then each success increases the difficulty of rolls to detect me by 1.
Okay, good. Okay.
So manipulation 4, and then stealth 3, so 7. One, two. Only 2 successes.
Okay. So it's not necessarily, it's not going to make it harder for people to see you. But you're trying to be almost incognito in a way, trying to head up there. Are you guys staying back? You're kind of letting him go as like the scout, right?
Yep, I'm letting him do his thing.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh, let's just maybe move a bit closer and kind of slightly away from the church.
Okay. Well, the church is basically on the right side of the road, and the school is on the left. So he's at the church. They're basically just right across from each other, and then the mine is just up the hill. So
Okay, so I would just stay behind the church so that
okay.
we see people, because I think people will be coming from the mine to look for us.
Well, that's what I wanted to. That's going to be the next thing I wanted to bring up. Anyone who's looking up the hill, you notice. You don't even need to roll for this because it's obvious. You see a band of about 5 or 6 burly-looking men walking out from the mine area. They got a couple got clubs. One of them looks like he has a mining pick. And these 6 are heading down the hill towards the town. Jebediah's hidden, essentially. John Wolf is sort of hidden. Ludwig, where were you? You were staying back
I had sort of
towards-
like stayed where we had sort of like started before Jebediah went off.
Okay.
I guess I will sort of like try and be nonchalant, maybe sort of like go and like lean up against a building or something like that, and sort of just like mindlessly sort of like pluck at my guitar strings.
Hell yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say you could use some stealth, but if you're playing your guitar, you're lost any kind of ability to stealth. So, okay. How about John Wolf?
I'm just kind of keeping out of the way.
Okay.
Also, well, I kind of stand out even more than Ludwig in this
Okay.
house.
Okay.
Very much kind of almost behind the church. Right?
Okay. You watch this group of gentlemen kind of pass by the church and the school, and they are heading down towards the saloon area. Jebediah, they have gone past you now.
Mm-hmm.
Looking up the hill, you do still see some activity at the mine. See some guys with wheelbarrows kind of moving around a little bit. But so there are still people around. You would probably then have to start using some stealth to kind of get past them.
Okay. And this posse, as it would seem,
Yeah.
they're heading toward the saloon.
Yeah. They know, they kind of this look like they know who they're looking for.
Got it. Okay. And it wouldn't be very long until they close distance with Ludwig, right?
No. Probably about a minute or so.
Yeah,
It's not a long walk.
So quick change in plans.
Okay.
Instead, I'm gonna kind of bide my time and maybe kind of circle around and kind of follow behind the posse. So
Okay.
kind of a
Okay.
That's
pincer.
actually exactly what I'm planning to do as well. So we're kind of doing a pincer movement.
Yes.
All right. Okay. The posse, as it were, Ludwig, you now see them, and they're heading right towards your direction.
All right. I'm just gonna keep acting nonchalant.
Okay. One of them shouts, says, "Hey, we're looking for the fancy pants."
All right. What do you want with him? Last I saw, he was at the saloon, but Daddy's there still.
He shot a friend of our work. He shot a coworker of ours. I almost said friend, but coworker.
He
You
shot
gotta
a
keep them separate, of
coworker.
course. Yeah. So yeah, we're fixing to kick his ass.
Why would he shoot the coworker?
And they stop and they're looking at you like, we don't know. That's what we want to talk to him about.
Well, I suppose that's a fair enough reason.
They're kind of giving you the evil eye, but they then start moving on. John and Jebediah, you do not think they've seen you yet because they were kind of fixating on Ludwig. So.
Okay. And could we hear that whole interchange?
Yeah.
Okay. So
they were not subtle. So.
Yeah. So I'm feeling a little more confident that for the moment I can take off towards the mine and take a closer look around there.
Okay.
Before they've kind of had a chance to catch on and maybe get mad.
Okay.
And
John?
sort of like in the mind speak, I'm gonna say, I think I'm gonna stick around here for a few moments longer at the very least and see if they double back around.
Okay.
I think I might want to talk to you when they don't find Jebediah at the...
You want to talk to them?
I'm talking to Ludwig. I'm saying they
sorry.
might want to talk to him once they see Jebediah is not there. Or they might assume he left town.
Okay. Well, you see them go into the saloon, and you hear shouting. Say, all right, where is he? And then all you really hear is them shouting, like, where is he? We're gonna find him.
Do I hear like any other voices from the saloon? No, just the dude like losing his mind.
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly. So, but about a minute later, the group comes back out, and they turn and they look at Ludwig. You're friends with that one. They said you were outside with him.
Friends is a very strong word.
And they're stalking down the sidewalk towards you.
I would say acquaintance is
Where?
a more appropriate term.
Where is he?
I don't rightly know. As I said, last I saw he was at the saloon. I went back in the saloon. Parted ways after that.
Okay. Jebediah and John, you see them they're upon Ludwig.
In mind speak, Jebediah's gonna say, well, we're sitting pretty out here. Let us know if you'd like us to join the party.
Will do. I think I'll wait until they truly decide to start kicking my teeth in to determine that. He'll like sort of like look back at this macho man.
Yeah.
And let's say, and by the way, Did you see your friend get shot, or your coworker? My apologies, because as we've established, friend is a strong word.
He's not subtle. He is going to just swing his pickaxe at you. So that is going to be melee and strength. And he got 2 successes. Are you
All right.
going to attempt to dodge?
I'm gonna try to dodge out of the way.
Okay. It's more the side of it. He's not just more to like a
Okay. He's not looking to straight up murder me immediately.
yes.
Okay.
Not looking to pick a fight.
3 successes.
Okay, yeah, you managed to avoid it, but then the other 5 are looking to hurt you.
Can we all talk like civilized folk? Because last I checked, I'm not the one you're angry at. You're just angry at me by association for some reason.
And the guy with the pickaxe just kind of laughs, and he's like, I don't got time for your shit. Where is...
Well, clearly you do, because you're wasting your time with me right now.
Swings again.
I'm gonna dodge again.
Okay.
We're gonna try to it anyway.
Go ahead and try it again.
Okay. Another 3.
Yeah, you messes again. One of the guys is now kind of looking past. What was the with your gift, Jeffrey?
Mm-hmm.
That was just to add difficulty to them, somebody trying to spot you, right?
The Garrow seems to disappear from sight. I think it's a little bit of both.
Okay.
So the function, yeah. So that's flavor. The functionally speaking, it's a difficulty 8, and I guess difficulty 10 because each success that I roll increases the difficulty by 1.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. Is I knew it made it more difficult for them to, and he ain't gonna get a 10. Okay, all right. I already know that. So, okay, John.
Ludwig, do you need some help? Or are you okay there?
So far, so good, but I do appreciate you checking in.
Pull the thumbs up over, but might.
Just send a mental thumbs up.
Yeah.
The pickaxe guy just kind of gives Ludwig a shove. So,
Sir,
let me
I'm not
roll it.
looking for a fight. And also, my acquaintance didn't even shoot your coworker. He just shot to scare him off, and then he ran away.
He does manage to, well, unless you want to dodge again. He's kind of shoved you roughly.
I'll let him shove me. That's
Okay.
fine.
Okay. He seems a little frustrated.
Whatever helps him unbruise his ego.
Just let him get it all out.
He says to 2 of the guys, he says, "You watch him. We're gonna keep looking around." So now you've only got 2 guys watching you, while Pickaxe and 3 others have now started stomping off, presumably to start looking around town.
Are you 2 more civilized folk, or do you swing more his way?
What? And the other one, yeah,
Sorry,
the
go
one
on.
goes, what? And the other one just kind of gives this like laugh, like, God, you would think it sounded like a hyena. He's like, he's like, that's kind of funny, don't you think?
I suppose. So are you doing this just to like entertain yourselves or because you actually cared about this coworker of yours?
We cared about him. Everybody who works for the mine is like a brother to us.
All right, I can certainly respect that, but as I said, my acquaintance did not shoot your coworker. He shot to scare him off and he ran away. Where he ran away to, I can't say.
The laughing guy.
Nobody cares about him so much. What's his name then? Bet you didn't know that.
Yeah, he just when he laughs, you just see these just like rotten teeth in his mouth. He's now, granted, a lot of people had bad teeth back then, so it doesn't necessarily bode evil. But yeah, he just kind of laughs at you. John, you've now seen these the three others kind of peel off, and they're kind of starting to look around town.
I'm just kind of keeping out of the way if I can kind of get a good
Okay.
going
All
back
right.
around. Because
Okay. The three of them split up. So Pickaxe starts heading up towards the church. And then the other two, one kind of goes over towards the school. One kind of starts doubling back around the building for the saloon. So they split the party. So
Oh dear.
okay.
Alright.
How interesting to be on this side of the dynamic.
Okay. Jebediah?
As amusing as this is, I think I am going to seize on the opportunity. It seems like these two have the situation well in hand, and if they're intent on seeking me out, I may as well make myself scarce. So I will continue to head up to the mine.
Okay. This is where I'm going to need some dodge rolls to see if you can basically kind of slip past without anybody seeing you. So I would allow probably, just dex and stealth, I guess, just to see how you do.
All right.
Looking for about 3 successes.
Okay, and if I get a 10 on on anything I have a 4 or more in?
You do, yep. Yeah, because you have your specialty in your dex.
And my weave, or right? You said dex and dodge, or
Dex and stealth.
dex and stealth. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, so actually it's going to be 7. Ooh, wow. No successes, but no botches either.
Okay. All right.
Well, that's something.
Yeah,
You
it's really nothing.
Small
Yeah.
blessings.
Yeah. You just about collide with a guy who had a wheelbarrow. He had kind of made like a quick turn or something and stepped in your path. He's you're not even sure if he speaks English. He appears maybe Chinese. Gives some kind of curse at you. Mutters something, but then just kind of keeps rolling past you. So you are probably about 30 feet from the mine entrance. So
I quietly apologize in Chinese back. I got some point in linguistics.
you do. I see that. Okay. All right. So you would probably need one more roll to get to the mine entrance if you chose to.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So again, I want 3 successes to not bump into anybody or.
Alrighty. Are you less angry at me now, Dice? No, you're more angry. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, 5. Okay, no, you're really happy. But 5, but 1, 1. So 4
Okay.
successes.
So 4. Okay. All right, but that's what I was looking for. So, there's not really guards at the entrance. There's more just workers, moving things out. But you managed to kind of duck around them. The mine entrance looks like it kind of goes back a ways straight, and then maybe kind of starts to descend. There are some lamps up to kind of see. but you can see into the entrance. Is there anything you're looking for in particular?
I guess anything that appears to have more sinister sort of origins, anything that might be telling as far as actually first, is there any sign of anybody who might be Old Ben, like kind of a supervisor or a foreman?
Yeah, give me a let's go with wits and alertness.
Okay,
Difficulty 6.
cool. So I'm looking at my occult and stuff. I'm like, oh well, maybe not. I'm so good at this werewolf and stuff just yet. That's one success.
Okay. Not that you can tell. You don't see anybody who looks like an authority figure. Most of them that you can tell.
Okay. So Old Ben may not be here either. Okay. And is there any particular, like, I don't know if it's more like a honeycomb or there's multiple caves and entrances, or if there's one where there's more activity than the other?
You can't quite tell that. You're not that far in. You would really have to kind of go a little further in. What you do notice, though, is by the entrance, there appears to be some kind of supply area.
Okay. Is it fairly easy for me to navigate over there?
You would probably need another dex and stealth to slip past people.
Okay.
Because there's workers kind of coming in and out.
So there's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's the middle of the day, so they're still working. So
Yeah. So I'll take note of where that supply is, but I'll leave it alone for right now.
Okay.
I'll do a quick mental check-in with the other two and relay. Doesn't seem to be any side of our friend Old Ben, but there does seem to be a nice little supply cache of some kind they have up here. Might be worth investigating.
Certainly does sound worth investigating. I still have Tweedledee and Tweedledum watching over me, but not doing anything aggressive.
Yeah.
All right. Well, shall I head back, or should I poke around a little bit longer?
If you feel comfortable poking around, I don't see why you couldn't.
John?
Yeah, I think it makes sense to poke around. Maybe. I mean, are you at the main shaft or just at the entrance?
Oh, just at the entrance, but I'll see what else I can dig up.
Okay. So you're going to go further in? What's the...
I think I will cross to that supply cache real quick.
Okay. All right. So I need a dex and stealth.
Okay. Let's use a slightly different set here.
And this is going to be a little higher difficulty. It's going to be a 7 because there's more people around.
That makes sense. Okay. Oh, I like that. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 successes.
Okay. You manage to slip past anyone you come across, and there's kind of like an old wooden door. You kind of open it and look in. Besides mining picks, you do see at the back of this some boxes that say TNT on them.
It's dynamite!
My brain went in the exact same place. I was just holding it in so badly.
There's 2 small cases that are labeled TNT.
It looks like I found the fun boxes.
Oh, did you now?
Can You put them around the entrance without anybody noticing.
Well, you don't know if maybe they were just brought up here for the day to be used. Yeah, you don't get the feeling that these are left there all the time. That they're probably just being stored here to be used probably that day. So
Okay.
plus, who in their right mind would walk up here and just be poking around? So
Right, exactly. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah, who would do that?
some crazy fool. Well, John, you said put them at the entrance.
I'll go up the mind, and obviously everything will stop because they won't actually be able to.
So far we've established that there do seem to be normal people here. Well,
That's true.
too bad for these folks. I don't have a higher empathy.
Actually, I'm very high empathy, but just thinking.
Yeah.
We can do it at night when there'll be fewer people. Do people work at night when the mine's here?
yeah, there would probably be no night shift. So
It's possible, but I'll cut you a compromise, John. I don't know if this is the kind of thing they would keep here overnight, but I might be able to squirrel some away for use later.
No, they probably have TNT permanently because they use it in mining all the time.
Okay. Could I? How many bundles of dynamite are in these boxes?
we'll say in each box is maybe like 10 sticks.
Okay.
I know nothing about 1800s dynamite. So
Yeah,
10 stick.
I mean,
Bugs Bunny level. So you know.
Is it
What?
sweating?
Yeah, Acme.
Yeah, exactly. So
So I think are there some rocks around?
you could probably get some out of if you went back into the shaft. You could probably find some laying around.
Okay. I mean, basically, I would like to, if they're closed lid, I'd like to take out a few sticks and replace rocks to keep the weight as consistent as possible. Just
Okay.
like a couple of rocks, not anything too heavy. Dynamite's
Okay.
not too heavy.
That's fair. Takes you a couple seconds, but yeah, you kind of do the old switcheroo.
Mm-hmm. All right. So I'll pocket some dynamite.
Okay.
And I think, gentlemen, I've prepared some cigars for us to enjoy after the sun goes down, and I think I will reconvene upon your location.
You
I
find the
do
fuse,
like
by
the
the way.
sound of that.
As you turn to leave the storage area, you run into a very large man. Looks more like a bear than a man. He has kind of a beard, kind of like mine, but it's black. Probably about my age though, and he is kind of looking down at you. It's like, I don't recognize you as one of my workers. You dress too nice.
Oh, well, as a matter of fact, I came to inquire about perhaps looking a little bit more like one of your workers.
I'm
Are
kind
you by chance old Ben?
I am old Ben.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you, sir. Jebediah Redmond.
And he puts out this giant paw of a hand.
I'll shake it.
Okay. Give me a perception and occult.
Oh. Certainly. Ooh. Not ooh. That's one success.
Okay. He's intimidating.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you get.
Okay. I'm definitely not the occult one of the party.
No. But
You got
worth
to
a shot.
one of the parties.
was worth a shot though. And
Yeah.
he's like, let's step out of here and have you and I have a talk.
Sounds rightly nice.
Okay. As you start to walk out, he kind of looks back at the storage area
Mhm.
and then follows you out. He says, "So Jebediah, you come looking for work here?"
Indeed. We just got off the stagecoach and met some. Had a warm reception over at the saloon, and we're told that this is the place to be, and you are the gentleman to inquire with.
We?
Yes, me and my associates. We're all veterans, and we are all looking to make ourselves useful. Able-bodied men, each one of us.
He kind of thinks for a second. He's like, "Then why don't you and your friends come on by tomorrow, and we'll have a talk, see if we can find some work for you. Where can I find you if I need to?"
Oh, well, my compatriots are currently inquiring to lodging at there's a hotel in town, right?
Yeah, which I didn't name, so it's the hotel.
Yeah.
So,
So we're currently looking into lodgings at the local hotel.
yeah, that sounds good. Have yourself a good night, get some rest, and come on back tomorrow.
All right. I look forward to speaking to you more on the morrow, old man.
All right. Yep. Just nods and just kind of watches you walk away.
Mm-hmm.
You could feel his eyes on you as you leave. So, now you've sort of lost the advantage on the nobody sees me thing. Ben found you.
Yeah, that's fine. I feel
Yeah.
like at this point he would just walk on out, and
Okay.
I feel like there's kind of a if Ben gave, I feel like I'm much better walking out than trying to walk in.
Okay.
So I'm just like, I don't give a shit anymore. I'm walking straight in the middle of the path.
Okay. Let's switch back to John. So you've been kind of keeping out of the way, listening. One of the guys was kind of poking around the church, but did not notice you.
I just ignore him. I'm just going to. Jebediah, do you relay this? What just happened to us?
Yeah. I'll hop on the horn.
Well, on the horn, Ludwig, do you have some money? Maybe you should take rooms for us at the hotel, just in case he checks.
Not a terrible plan. I have some change to spare.
Your babysitters are still standing next to you, Ludwig.
How long have they just been standing here with me?
Like 10 minutes. At this point.
Okay.
I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, they were told to stay and watch you. So
Okay, I'll just go and get us some rooms then. I can see that you're indisposed.
yeah.
All right. That'll probably be simpler.
I mean, ridiculous.
Drumming away.
Yeah, exactly.
And as John sort of like saunters away
Just kind of slowly.
sneakily, just shimmying away, Ludwig will sort of just be like, "So what do you gents do for fun around here when you're not mining silver?"
Like the one guy's like, "Huh?" And then the hyena is kind of like, "I like skinning and taxidermy."
What kind of taxidermy? What's your favorite?
Oh, all sorts.
Well, that's not very specific.
He's like, "Can I tell you a secret?"
Potentially. I like a good secret.
And he leans in. He's like, "I like the sweet meats the best."
All right.
You're not quite sure what he means by that.
Nope. No, I am not.
But then he kind of leans back, kind of gives you this wink, like, everybody knows that.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm glad you enjoy your craft.
Jebediah,
Yes.
Pickaxe Man is heading back up towards the mine. You see him, but he has not seen you yet.
Hmm.
I'm giving you an advantage on this one.
Okay. Then it's just him, or are his
Just
two
him.
flunkies with him?
And he,
Okay.
just him. And he looks very disgruntled because he's just kind of pounding that axe handle into his hand.
Mm-hmm. Hmm. Huh. But you said Bugs Bunny earlier. I'm asking the other players, how mad would you be if I started some shit right about now?
Do it.
Do it.
All
It's a
right,
one shot.
cool.
I mean,
Yeah.
No risk. We gotta do what we want.
Yeah, I was gonna say we gotta do something here. Jebediah is gonna take out a stick of dynamite and light a match. As he gets close enough, is gonna light the fuse and just kind of hold it down, and just to time it out so that, like, just as they're walking up and about to cross paths with each other,
Mhm.
and I'd like to just kind of I don't know what would be possible and how well he's paying attention, but
Mhm.
if he notices me, do like either just shove the stick of dynamite in his hands, or if he's too intent on heading back up to the mine, I'd like to just slip it into his vest pocket or whatever.
I wish there was like sleight of hand or something in this game. I'm trying to
Yeah.
see. I mean, there's Dex.
Right, dexterity and
I almost think Dex and athletics, honestly, to see how definitely.
subterfuge?
Or larceny,
Well,
like a reverse pickpocket.
subterfuge. You know what? I'd take larceny or subterfuge, whichever you're better at with dexterity. Now he is looking for you, so
Right.
it's going to be difficult to do this without him essentially noticing you, unless you don't care if he notices you.
Yeah, if he notices me, I think I'd like to just like
Have a scar.
yeah, exactly.
Just have one. It's free. It's on the house.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Yeah, whatever. Dex and larceny or subterfuge, whatever you. I think larceny sounds better, though. Honestly.
Yeah, I like that. Okay, so 6.
Yeah.
Uh,
And just straight up 6 because you're not trying to be difficult. So.
right. All right, that is straight across. I had a 9 and a 1, so they cancel each other out.
Okay, no successes.
Oof.
So you were
There's
trying.
no reroll mechanic in this game, is there?
You can spend. I think in this edition you could still spend willpower,
Rage or
but I think that was to re-roll. Rage would be.
or no? Or is it willpower or gnosis? Maybe.
No, gnosis is more how you
Yeah.
control like your spiritual powers. I don't remember if you can spend willpower in this edition to re-roll, but
Yes.
I'm going to allow it because I
Okay.
think it sounds fun.
I'll allow
So,
it anyway.
so I'm going to let you re-roll at least one die.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So a 9 and a 1. Come on! Not meant to be. That's a 6.
Okay. Well, you got a 6. Okay.
Yeah.
Difficulty was 6, so you got at least so you now got like 2 successes. One take away 1, you got 1.
Oh, I've been
so-
reading it 7s this entire time. Whoops.
Well, no, that's fine. It's if the difficulty was 7, then yeah, you gotta get 7 and above. In this case, it was
Got it.
6 because you weren't trying to be stealthy to get around him.
Yeah.
To be slick. His eyes widen as he sees you, but you kind of jam it kind of like into his face.
Just- Second he opens his mouth, I just pop it right in there.
Okay. And now
Just-
do you? Yeah. So he kind of goes.
And then I'll go ahead and give him a good shove.
Okay.
Or kick him.
Strength and brawl.
Okay. That's just one. Damn it. Shoot. Yeah, that's a fail. That's a 3.
Okay. You go to shove him. You miss. He pulls it out of his mouth. Now, the fuse is probably about half down.
Mhm.
So, and he's looking at it and he's like, "You," and he's gonna try to push. He's gonna try to put it back on you.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna roll for him. I'm gonna say that's melee in a way. Okay. Give me just a straight up dex and dodge, which I know you're good at dodge. So
Yeah.
So he's basically like tag. He's trying to make you it.
Mhm.
So.
I've gone from I started off as Wily and I might end up as Wily Coyote. Okay, here we go. This is more like it. So 7. So 2 successes, and I got 1 fail, but I also got a 10, so that means I get to re-roll 1, right?
Yeah, because you have a
If I have
specialty.
yeah.
In dodge.
Can I choose to re-roll the 1? Or does it not work that way?
I don't really remember, honestly.
I'll just roll a fresh one.
Yeah.
Okay, that didn't help too much, but overall that is 2 successes.
Okay. He still manages to push the dynamite onto you.
Can I try to push it back?
Yeah.
Potato it.
Yeah. We're gonna try one more time. So yeah. So now it's gonna be your strength and melee, like basically trying to like put it back on him.
Oh. I don't have a great strength.
Good luck.
Yeah. I almost want to just shoot him in the
for
foot.
automatic successes.
What's that?
I think you can spend one willpower for 1 automatic success. I think that's how it works in this edition.
Oh yeah. I mean, the other thing is I could just shoot him in the foot and toss it on him.
Well, in the amount of time, now you do have that quick. I think like quick shot or quick.
It's trick shot.
Trick shot. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's gonna be if you want to try to draw real quick, but you still have the dynamite. So
yeah, I think.
So you're either gonna have to shoot at him or you're gonna have to do something with the dynamite. You can't do both.
Shoot, it was such a fun idea. I'm gonna try to shove it back on him.
Okay.
Why not?
All right.
Let's go
All
big.
right. So yeah, strength and melee.
It's a 5.
Okay. He didn't get any successes either. So what I'm gonna say is that it falls between you, and it's. What do you want to do?
Well, I think I'll try to. Last resort, I'll try to twist around him and get between him and put him in between me and the blast, I guess.
Okay. I will say that I'm gonna say it's dodge because you are trying to get out of the way.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say it's a dex and dodge.
Man. All right, which one do you feel less like betraying me?
Just realized you're carrying all the other dynamites, so
Yeah. There's that.
Yeah. Okay, finally. That is what's the difficulty? Shit.
Shit.
Probably. I mean, I got
At
three
least 7.
successes.
At least 7. So
Yeah, so 8, 2 8s and a 9.
Okay.
3 successes.
You manage to kind of twist around him and dive as the dynamite explodes. You feel flames hit your feet as you dive.
Double jump.
Pickaxe Man is and chaos is going to ensue. Now the dynamite has gone off.
I think we lost our stealth advantage.
Yeah. Pickaxe Man has gone boom. And the two guys watching Ludwig kind of step around him to go look like up the hill.
Fighting accidents happen all the time.
I guess as they're heading that way, Ludwig will sort of just be like, "Into town I go."
Okay. I'm gonna say it's Dex and Dodge to basically just get away from them.
Okay.
So. And I know we've gone longer than we normally do. So are you guys okay to stay for a couple more minutes?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
4 successes.
Okay. Yeah, you slip away. Okay. John, you've heard boom.
Oh, Dad. Is everyone okay?
I've been better.
I'm doing pretty good. I got away from Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
So,
My ego is more wounded than anything else.
Okay.
Well, you can survive that.
Jebediah, as you get up, kind of brushing yourself off, there is a lot of people running from the mine.
I think it might get suspicious after this.
Including Old Ben.
Yeah. Any chance I could book it to an outcropping or any kind of cover nearby?
Yeah, this is going to be just straight Dex and athletics. You can either run down into town, you can try to run behind the saloon, run to the church, run to the school. You have been noticed, though. So
I think I'll duck into the church. This will be fun.
Okay.
I'm by the church as well, so
Yeah.
definitely.
I'm feeling a tad bit in need of repentance, my friends. I believe I shall book it to the holy house. Ooh. Okay. Oh, gosh, another one? My God. What's the difficulty?
6.
Oh, good. I have 3 successes, and I'm.
Okay.
Well, I do have. It was dexterity, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, okay, that's 4 successes.
Okay. Yeah, you lickety split, run, get down to the church, open those doors of the holy house, probably close them right behind you. John, you saw your pack mate
I run in.
running like hell with a large group of people running towards the church. Okay. You get in.
Is there a back entrance to the church?
Let's do a quick search around. Let's do an intelligence and investigation. Excuse me, wits and investigation.
Yeah, I've been kind of looking at the church for a while now, so.
Yeah, but not from the inside. So.
That's true.
Wits and investigation. Difficulty 6.
The last time
3 dice.
How many did you get?
3.
3? Okay. No, there is no back door.
And the nice plate glass windows that you can just crack as necessary.
Not even real fancy windows. I mean, this is just kind of an old-fashioned wooden church.
So if we need to crash for something, there's always the wall.
Ludwig, you heard him say he was running for the church. So, because you're kind of heading the opposite direction, I would assume. So,
Yeah. I guess I like take a look back. Like, what's the situation look like?
you see this angry mob of maybe like 15, 20 people, including a huge man, charging up the church steps, and
Am I close enough to smell the large man?
you could try, yeah. Let's see.
Because I'm trying to use my gift of scent of the true form.
Yeah, go ahead and roll that.
It's perception plus primal urge. If he's a werewolf, I'll know, but if he's anything else, I need to roll.
I don't know. I was kind of going through my head where I'm like, there's this massive horde of people barreling down on Jebediah. There's like literally nothing I can do.
I'm just thinking of that as well. I've got one success, which may or may not be.
He seems like a very angry man, but you're not quite sure. No, you didn't say you locked the door or you barred the door or anything, so he just flat out opens the door and comes charging in, and he sees Jebediah. He's like, "Please shouldn't be stealing dynamite from my mine." And he does see John too.
Maybe just throw one of them outside.
So you're gonna try
the crowd.
Okay. So you're gonna try to.
No, I'm asking Jebediah, throw some outside and just to get rid of the crowd.
Oh, okay. Yeah, just and Jebediah just lights up another match with another stick of dynamite and says, "You're right, I really shouldn't." And just toss a stick of dynamite towards, like, if I'm at the back of the church, just toss another one towards the mob.
Oh God! All right,
throw it in the middle of the mob.
It is not possible for them all to dodge, I would assume. So,
well, if
that would be quite
too
the
long,
feat.
they might just disturb the moment they see it before it even explodes.
It's enough of a warning, but like.
But I like it though.
Yeah.
You throw the stick of dynamite at the mob. Old Ben had grabbed somebody and had like pushed him towards it.
Wow,
Okay.
Old Ben's an asshole.
The guy catches the dynamite and like looks down at it. Old Ben has like is like trying to get away when it just goes boom. Okay. Some of the flame is going to come towards Jebediah.
Yeah. That's fair.
But the stick of, because these guys were all clustered around the front door, so even Old Ben couldn't get through them. Most of the guys in the posse are going to be not totally vaporized, but blown up. Jebediah has to duck as this like wall of fire like comes at him. So he hits the deck. You hear this enormous scream, almost a howl, as that dynamite just blows up in this group. Now John was in the church.
Yeah, well, he just come in.
Okay.
So.
All right. Yeah, you're gonna have to dodge. You're gonna give me a dex and dodge to not get vaporized.
Is that dex and athletics, or is there actually a dodge?
Dex and dodge, I think, is more because you're trying to dodge something. So.
Where do I find dodge?
It is. It's under. I think it's under.
That's what I'm thinking. Athletics.
You know what? You guys have different character sheets because you have the Wild West expansion pack, 20th anniversary, and they have, I think, the ones from the original edition.
Oh, okay.
So you do not have dodge. So I'll let you use athletics. I just noticed that.
That was actually great. I get one success.
You still get hit with the explosive blast. And blown across the hit the back wall of the church. Ludwig, you see this big explosion as the front of the church just goes up. And you could have sworn you heard a howl of something as this explosion went up.
Oh, howdy, John. I apologize. I didn't know you were here.
Well, I
Okay,
guess.
fine.
I guess with the massive explosion, I'll like take a quick look around. What is everybody else doing that's in town?
Everyone's just like stopped and staring up at the church.
I guess I'll book it in that direction then.
Okay.
I don't think anyone's going to be looking for you right now.
Out of the front door, you see this massive figure is staggering backwards. Huge, like one of their arms is blown off. Their face is just, because as you're getting closer, you can see this huge face is just like burned and scarred as it's like staggering backwards, and he goes, oh, like this like scream of rage as he stumbles backwards and falls on his back outside the church. And now the church is on fire. The front entrance of the church is on fire. So, and Jebediah and John are inside the church.
Yeah.
Oh. Can I just run out through the flames, or are they?
Sure, you can. That is probably going to be I'm going to say at least an 8 or a 9 difficulty, because first of all, you're going to have instinctual fear of fire as you're lupus.
Yeah.
So you definitely, yours is at least a 9 to summon the courage to
I'm going to look
run
at the
through
fire.
fire.
How you said this is like a wooden church? Can I just if I go Krynos form? Would I just be able to go through the wall?
I will allow that. If you're going to go into like a total panic, you would probably have to spend a rage point to shift instantly. And we've gone 2.5 hours. This is the first time somebody's changed form. You guys did all of this in Hamid. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yes, we did.
So yeah, if you want to spend a rage point to instantly shift, and then now your stats, your strength is increased by 4. Yes. So it's going to be your strength and brawl to just start beating the shit out of the wall to get out of here. So
basically, I take a running start. So
okay, yeah, I love it.
6 successes.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah,
you hit
it once and it cracks. You hit it again and it just splinters. Jebediah, you've now seen your packmate instantly shift to greenhouse and just go Hulk through the wall.
It's just a John-shaped impression in the wall now.
Just about, yeah.
Well, isn't that a daisy? And I'll just walk through the hole in the wall.
Yeah, you're not going through the fire, so you're able to slip out.
Ain't that convenient?
Ludwig, as you approach, this large figure seems to be dead, but what you notice is, again, he's just horribly burned, and he's like twitching as he dies, and then you probably think this is probably old Ben, but he's been blown to bits, but managed to keep some of himself together until he died.
Oof.
So, and it's just the church is on fire. Now people are starting to run up. The church is on fire. Get buckets. And nobody seems to be noticing you, Ludwig, as they're rushing they're running back to get buckets. And where's the horse trough? Somebody yells. The church is on fire. We need water.
The symbolism of this is not lost on me.
Well, I guess I'll, after seeing this disaster, I'll just slip away again, back towards downtown.
Okay.
Well, we've created a distraction now. We just need to bomb the mine.
Yeah.
Now we can
Now-
check into the hotel.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Well, now, John, you run Krenos,
Yeah.
and there are people approaching the hotel, the church. You hear
I'll
them
tell the
shouting.
sounds, but they might not notice.
Well, there's a thing called the delirium that they're going to go apeshit crazy if they see you.
And then forget all about it.
Yeah. Subtlety out the window at that point. So we're going to wrap up soon.
Well, instead of throwing dynamite around, I think something went out with
Yeah,
Yeah, Jebediah, I think you still have some dynamite on you.
I do.
Jebediah walks out and just starts flinging dynamite around
Yeah.
town.
While
yeah.
operatic music starts playing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ave Maria.
I like it. Okay, so Ludwig is getting the fuck out of town. John, are you going to stay in Krenos? Or
Well, have people already seen me, or can I just...
not yet, not yet.
Okay, I'm quickly going to change back if I can.
Okay. All right, so that's going to essentially take you a minute or so to switch back.
What's our plan now, anyway? Are we going to... Because going to church doesn't really get much done for us.
The plan has been foiled.
Yeah.
Basically, entirely.
Yeah, snafu. So, you guys
And-
did learn some things,
Possibly
possibly.
run behind one of the buildings. So many people won't notice me and then change.
Okay. All right. Yeah, Jebediah, you're pretty sure people are going to be upon you soon.
Yeah. I'll make myself scarce. I'll follow the wolf pad prints
Okay.
over to
Okay.
where John might be shifting.
Okay. All right. And Ludwig, now you guys still have the mind speak. So
Mm-hmm. Well, I may have. That one's on me, gentlemen.
Well,
Well, what's
we
the
did create a
plan now?
distraction, but I'm pretty sure the mine will be empty.
That is true.
I don't think Old Ben will be a problem anymore.
you solved
No,
one problem.
you certainly seem to have done a number on him,
Indeed.
based off of the horrible squelching sounds that his burning body was making.
You might say Old Ben has become a has-been.
Did.
I think you could indeed say that, but I would not.
So what would be as we wrap up, kind of what's our final panel of if this was a Legends of the Geru comic?
Well, I know before he bails out of town for the foreseeable future, Ludwig would pull a piece of paper out of his satchel, write down, Miss Bartender. I wish we could have had more time together. I never even learned your name. I hope to see you again in the future. The man with the guitar. And then
Okay.
and then put that on the bar for
Okay.
her, because I highly doubt she's there at this moment in time.
Yeah, there was no one in the bar because everyone came rushing out, even the piano player. So you're able to just slip in.
Yeah, that's kind of what I
note
figured.
down.
So I'm
Yep.
just gonna fold it up, plant the note, and then try and meet back up with my acquaintances.
Okay. But Jebediah?
I like to think that we're standing at the entrance of the mine, and
You wouldn't get
John's
close.
just-
There's too many people.
there's too many people.
Oh, well, everybody's coming out of the mine to look, dude.
Oh.
I mean, yeah.
Well, I thought everybody had cleared out of the mine.
Well, yeah, but they're all milling around and yeah. So
Got
you can't just walk up to the entrance of the mine.
Ah, shoot. Okay, I misunderstood.
Yeah.
So we got to hightail it out of town, basically.
Yeah.
Uh,
I think they might be onto us after this.
yeah. Jebediah is just gonna say, "Well, damn it all to hell anyway," and I'll light one more stick of dynamite and toss it back and blow up the rest of the church.
All right, I think that's going to be
Oh
the
my
last
God.
image, but I want to find out what John
Yeah.
has kind of hightailed out of there.
And John kind of meets up with them. Well, that could have gone better, but
As we see like Jebediah walking away, just flinging the thing over his head, and then just the rest of the church and anyone who was there trying to put out the fire, boom. So,
Just kill some innocent civilians.
all
yeah, I
right.
think they might struggle to recover the mine a bit.
Yeah. And that is where we will end the story. So,
That
Well-
went swimmingly.
Well, not exactly a successful mission.
No.
no. But I did enjoy the hell out of it, though.
It was very fun and entertaining.
Yeah,
As-
and you did meet old Ben. So,
Yeah. As a player, I think between the last time I played a Western and played with Dynamite
Mhm.
and this time, I think I need to learn a little bit of self-restraint.
yes, yeah,
Because Dynamite time went very well.
yeah. You totally went Bugs Bunny on it. And yeah. All right. Well, thank you, my friends. I'm glad you had a good time. I enjoyed the hell out of that. Again, I want to thank our subscribers. Hope you enjoyed this as well. Hopefully, we can do another subscriber exclusive one shot for you sometime in the future. I'm going to let my players, if they have anything they want to plug, advertise they got going on. I know there's one thing I want to advertise, but I'm going to let someone else do that because there's something coming up on Saturday. So, Ninad, do you want to go first?
Sure. Well, so this Saturday, which actually might be after this is dropped, so
It will be, yeah.
So previous Saturday we ran Diagram Overdrive, which I'm sure was an amazing game. It was great fun, and everybody should go see it because it has been amazing, really.
Awesome.
It's awesome. We know it is because
Yeah.
we've witnessed it.
Oh, so
as you're
great.
watching this.
Yes.
All right. Jeffrey, what's going on?
Well, if you liked this character, you might also like Frontier Scum, which I played in a while back. I also have done some art and I do commissions and stuff, so check me out at JGilbank Art. And I'll be playing in some more games coming up soon.
Okay. And Aloysius.
Yes. Well, I and if you want to see me run something, yeah, I am not actively, but the first half is done. I ran a game of Symbaroum called Light and Shadows that both Tom and Jeffrey are a part of, and we will be picking that up and wrapping it up starting in July. And then before that, I will also be starting a game of Vampire the Masquerade called River City Runs Red that Tom is also going to be in. And so is Ninad. And two of you, I got at least two of you in each of the games.
Yeah.
And so that should be a fun time.
Yeah, looking forward to it. All right, well, here at the channel, in May, we are going to have Wednesday, May 1st, which this is probably when this video is going to come out. We are kicking off the Trash Mob Season 3. I'm going to see what antics these basically leftover villains who have managed to survive this long, to see what they can get up to. And then on Thursday the 2nd, we are kicking off the new season of Postmortem, our vampire game, which Ninad is in. So you'll get to see him again. And then most of May is going to be Dungeon World, Trash Mob, and Vampire. So if you enjoy those games, please be sure to watch them. So again, thank you, everyone. Hope you had a good time, and we will see you all again very soon. Good day, night, whenever you're watching this. So, bye.